All right, we're live. Naruto 688. Interesting chapter to say the least. Episode 371, which we'll cover at the end. And evidently, I've just heard news there's a part 3 of Naruto, and it's going to be called Obito, Spirit Detective. And it's going to have his assistant who will write an oar, and her name is Rin. And they're going to try to find his scattered bits that were exploded and put them together like a puzzle at the same time as while he's doing cases in the spirit world.
We'll never get rid of them.
Yu Yu Hakusho fans out there will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that means Obito would be the whole next series. Okay, let's go ahead and get to the chapter. And okay, page 1. Tears are running. Okay, now I saw live reactions. We've seen, and I guess some of us have watched other people say that there are parts of this that make a lot more sense, but the general reaction's been negative, I'd say, right? Overall, it's been negative. But there's some really good stuff in here. Even for people that don't like and hate certain aspects of it, there's certain parts in here that I really like the action and everything. Well, anyway, we got the whole thing with Obito and Ren. We got page 1, tears. Page 1, tears are running. Okay, now I saw live reactions. We've seen an. Why am I getting feedback?
Yeah, I'm hearing your voice doubled.
Watch other people say that there are parts of this that make a lot more sense, but the general reaction's been negative, I'd say, right? Overall.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Jam Spice, you got like a headset or something you normally wear? Or it sounds like the speakers got switched on. Anyhow, let's go ahead and skip that page and let's get to the next page. Okay, Ren, I'm going to do a little reading. Ren, would you please wait for me just a little bit longer? Obito, I mean, this just freaked me out. And a lot of people just got freaked out. Because good writing is when you get a nice closure,
right,
definite end, because it was over, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said what he needed to say. He did what he needed to do. He sacrificed himself. And just so that we, the readers, knew that he was gone, he was broken down into rubble, right?
Right.
Okay, so this is that. I mean, and he did it. He just closed, beautiful, a bow on it, packaged, nice, done, complete. And then he opened it all back up again. So I want somebody that we don't talk about a lot in here, maybe not enough, but this chapter is Kishimoto. He's the real elephant in the room. Okay? It's not if we like Obito or this and that. I mean, it's all part of it. But he's the writer. Okay, this is his story. Okay, and that is a strike right there. Just it was done. What, we're going to go back in again? We're diving back in? This is crazy. Let me do some reading. Ren, would you please wait for me just a little longer, Obito? For just a little bit more. While I go to the other world, there's just a few pit stops I want to make. Okay, now this I'm actually going to push back on a little bit because it's been shown, and a lot of people that this is not the afterworld. This is this in-between area. This is like some kind of limbo, right?
Right? Yeah, that's the general belief, I think.
Okay, right. I mean, it hasn't been explained by the writer, but we tend to know that people that hang out there, a lot of times they wait for people, like Kakashi's father, right? He was waiting. Remember, Kakashi met his father in this, evidently this space,
yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, and so this space does exist, and it seems spirits can wait there for certain people before they go to whatever is beyond, right? So the idea that while they're in this limbo world, or they're in this in-between area, like what was it? There was the thing with Jiraiya where he kind of like, it's like he touched Naruto's shoulder, like passing on his will or something after when he died.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there does seem to be some precedent that there still seems to be some ability for characters to pass on some things, okay? And Obito was, I mean, he was what, he was what, the Jinchuriki of the, I mean, he reached a real high level, right?
He got up to Sage the Six Paths level. I mean, he had everything. So.
Yeah, so he reached pretty much the top as we know it, right? So his powers to come back or interact, if it's by chakra or this and that or whatever, I could see this, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. I wish the writer would have actually. This is one of those times instead of the useless flashbacks or little maybe a couple of panels of little dialogue or explanation to say, look, this is how these things work. And it's not like we can go to a website and simply go and it says, oh, this is how the afterlife and the real world, or the living world interact with each other, right? It's not explained.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
could this be one of those things that the Japanese audience will instinctively understand? Because there seems to be some, religious and philosophical association with this.
Well, it's possible, but once again, it's possible that this is cultural, and there's definitely things like suicide. Suicide rates are very high in Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the entire thing. And so the parts about people like Rin killing herself and guilt and protect. The onus to sacrifice yourself so willingly isn't a Western thing. As a matter of fact, suicide in Christianity is verboten, right?
Right.
So it's the exact opposite. So there are cultural issues in that, but in this, could be, I don't know, it's not explained. But it is good to point out that this is from a different culture. Okay, so like I said, that to me initially drove me crazy. I went, thought about it, went and saw a few videos, got a little bit more information, and I said, okay, this is a gray area, maybe even more toward the light. I could see this. Just wish the writer would have done a better job of explaining it, right?
Right. The only real problem here is the fact that he closed Obito's death so perfectly last chapter, and then he reopened it and kind of cheapened it.
Yes.
That's the real issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's bad writing, right? It was nice, packaged, had a beautiful bow on it. We're all convinced this is done, right?
Well, here's something, because after I calmed down and after the rage passed,
Yeah.
I thought today, I was like, well, you know what? We have to also remember that, we're looking at, this is a story and we're reading a chapter every week, right? So maybe when we, once the story is concluded and we're able to read everything chapter by chapter in one sit-in, maybe it will feel less ass-pulley and frustrating. Maybe it's the fact that, we had a week to let it sink in that he was gone and, we were all shocked that he's back. But, when we look at it as a full body of work, maybe we'll be less enraged when we...
I want to get a little specific here, Jam Spice. Let me ask you a question. How over did you think that you were ever going to see Obito and Rin and Naruto again?
I did not. I thought it was a wonderful send-off.
It was.
Finally, we can move on.
It was. And it was because Kishimoto did a great job of finalizing it. Here he is. He's crumbled. He can't come back again. It's over. He said what he needed to say. He did what he needed to do. It's done. Fini. Right? Finished. Okay. So this is bad. It's just bad writing. Okay, but let's go ahead and and as everybody knows, if it feels rushed order, we could always go back and cover stuff because we have 8 hours. But okay, we're finally okay. Here we go. We're finally all alone together, just the two of us. If he were to come along and join us so soon, he would spoil everything. Besides, right now, he's just propped up, planted in the middle of a field, not capable of doing anything, just like his namesake. He's truly a scarecrow, and it's really pissing me off. Let me get to this thing here. This Obito's like what, 31?
Yeah.
Okay. I realize he looks like a child, but he's not, and that's an issue. It creeps me out. It just creeps me out. And I've been against the people with this. It's just the language really makes me uncomfortable. Okay, and then the whole thing about Kakashi, okay, him being a scarecrow and doing nothing. I think a lot of us, I don't know, I've been expecting him to do something great because his real power wasn't the Sharingan, it was how smart he was, right? He was a genius since a child, right?
Right.
And where was it?
No, he just kept feeling sorry for himself.
Yeah, he went into I've never seen this Kakashi before, right?
Yeah.
So he goes emo, and it's like the same time. And Sakura had like the biggest character, retrogression that you could. She went back to being a little girl in love with Sasuke after all the awesome stuff that she did, mainly in the first, before the time skip. So
well, even after the time skip, she tried to kill him. She had the plan to kill him. So that was progression for her.
Well, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying that was. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying she peaked before the time skip, pretty much. Really, I mean, she was actually pretty good. I mean, after the time skip, for the most part, it's a good point you're bringing up that she kind of, started disappearing or fading away. She started being like a Kaguya slowly. Just kind of there.
Yeah.
All right, and then despite everything that happened, this is real. You two and then we go through the whole thing. You're friends, but you don't, and then kind of tee-hee-hee and this and that and all that, this business. And okay, and then who are you gonna? And then let's who are you gonna save now? I'll just skip this Obito stuff, and then he goes back. Okay, now this is. I'm glad we got all this out because he's doing maybe within the confines, since it's kind of open. Since he has reached Sage's sixth path, when the Sage's sixth path type person dies, evidently maybe they can do this, and even people could use Hagoromo as an example of someone that's maybe in this middle world that's still interacting with people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean the rule there seemed to be that you had to be dead, right, with Sasuke and Naruto, but then again he came back and he's talking to the Itos, but I said, well, they're kind of dead anyhow. I can kind of understand that, so another area in there, but. So he comes back. So okay, I can buy this. Okay, I can. He comes back, and his spirit comes back, and I do find it interesting that he sees himself and Kakashi, his kids. It's interesting, right? So Obito's locked into that, and I'm kind of skipping through, and then he talks about the eye, and he does all this stuff. And I've been wanting Kakashi to get him. I just
not with this.
Yeah, well, he had to. I mean, the big thing is he's a genius, and he's got this thing. But his weakness, like everybody has to have a weakness, was his chakra pool, right? That was Kakashi's weakness, right?
Right.
Right. So that's. Why didn't Kishimoto at some point say, and this is what I said last week, why didn't he just say, here's an adventure, here's something happened, even off panel, I went and did this thing, and now my chakra pool is expanded, or I can use eyes, or I had a, a Vulcan mind meld, or just something, anything to explain how this goes. Before, anything, right? I mean, any of those useless flashbacks, Ren and Obito flashbacks, you could have squeezed some of that out there and maybe explain a little bit to prepare us for this moment, right?
Right.
Because I love the idea of him getting the eyes.
Unless
this
moment is what makes Kakashi's chakra pool. Actually, I don't even know if it's going to make Kakashi's chakra pool any different. I was thinking that maybe Obito, possessing Kakashi, and then because you realize the concept of Kakashi getting the Sharingan, right? The concept is that Uchiha chakra in the brain creates the optical Sharingan eyes, right? The chakra, the special chakra in the brain or whatever.
There's an actual rewiring that goes on, yeah.
Yeah. So the concept, I think, here is that Obito just did to Kakashi what happens in every Uchiha. Obito basically made Kakashi an Uchiha. Possibly. This is a possibility, So maybe, after this is all said and done, Kakashi will be able to shut his eyes off and make them normal, like an Uchiha can. Because maybe Obito literally rewired his chakra system to be that of Uchiha chakra now, so that they won't tire him out like they used to.
It looks like...
wait a minute, James. I want to go right to you, but what... I want to piggyback and throw right on top of what you said. basically what has just happened on top of all that is he has inherited the will of Obito.
Right.
That's what he's done. He's got this chakra now. The will of Obito, like he was one, like the sage's sons were handing it down with special abilities, and he's just done that.
Yeah.
Right? Once again, elephant in the room. Could Kishimoto have explained that? Right here in the chapter, said this. He had time. He could have said, "You are now able to do this because I've given you my will," and explained it somehow. Right?
Right. He actually made it very vague. He made because he said he made Obito say like, "Oh, this, you know, the I don't know if he said this may expire or you know, whatever he said, but it's like, oh, so we don't know if that means after this battle that Kakashi will lose the eyes, or if it means, you know, if he'll just go blind eventually from using them. Like, we don't know what Obito is implying."
Yes, he said for a time. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Gem Spy, sorry to interrupt you. Please go.
Yeah, I was under the impression that Obito's chakra actually infused itself within Kakashi. I didn't see it as him having inherited his will or whatever.
Well, the concept is that, like I say, the brothers, you know, Madara got the will, and, you know, Hashirama got the will, you know, Indra and all that. I mean, it was you know, this is similar, but because Obito was the sage, the dude hit the top plateau. He made it all the way to the top. So he evidently he can now. When he passes his will, it isn't some small thing.
Right. You have to understand, Obito is basically Naruto. He's an Uchiha version of Naruto. He made great strides with just his willpower alone. You know. So I mean.
You're saying that in essence, Kakashi has become Obito's transmigrant from having gotten his chakra, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh, got it. Okay. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Why? And trust me, my first. Well, I don't know if you saw my review or not, but I mean, my first reaction was not. I tried to pull back a little bit, but I wasn't happy. I was not happy. I'm still not happy because, like I say, we shouldn't have to sift through this. Okay?
Right.
All right. So we can continue on. I mean, like I say, Kishimoto's the elephant in the room.
You know, it's a very Japanese concept. You talk about, you know, Japanese customs. It's very Japanese for, like, the soul of a loved one to, like, you know, pat the living on the back, you know, support them, and, you know, inherit their will, you know, the family generation, everything like that. That's a very Japanese custom that's repeated in a lot of manga when it comes to the spiritual world and death and all that stuff. Yeah.
Well, the whole transmigration thing, even there's degradations of it, right? Okay, so Jiraiya passing on his will to Naruto would be small in comparison to what Obito did for Kakashi.
Right. But did Jiraiya actually, like, touch Naruto on the shoulder?
I saw it in the anime. I didn't have time to go back in the manga. It was he touched him on the. This is the anime, and it may not be canon. You know, we all know that there's differences. But like he touched him on the shoulder, and he was like that, and he felt it for a moment, and he passed on some portion of his will in the manga or the anime, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't understand how Jiraiya would be able to do that. For Obito, it makes sense because Obito has Kamui. And basically, Obito used Kamui to go from one dimension to the other. That's always been his ability. And if you watch Jotun's review, a reviewer on YouTube, Jotun, I forget what the whole name is called, but he said that chakra is spiritual, you know, and so basically when they're souls, they can still use chakra. And then I was thinking, like, oh, you know, when you look at the basis of chakra, chakra is broken down into spiritual and physical of the body. The two elements of the body, spiritual and physical, creates chakra. So isn't it logical to assume that the physical aspect of chakra is simply what manifested into the real world?
We could. What we could, and I think maybe the same video, the guy was saying from India, this is how chakra works, right? So it's a concept. It would be nice if that was explained in here, though.
Right, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, if that being the case, if
Right.
chakra is indeed spiritual and, just the physical portion of the body enables it to enter the physical world, then it makes 100% sense for a soul to be able to use jutsus, when they're dead. And Obito's jutsu specifically is a jutsu that lets him cross dimensions. So therefore, he used his jutsu when he was dead to cross the dimension into the world of the living, where he was just a soul, and then he inhabited Kakashi's body to give him a final message and to give him his gift.
Okay, so far, page 6, even though it wasn't explained by the writer, which it should have been, we could still, there's a benefit of the doubt, and we can actually make some sense of this, right?
Right.
We can make something that feels like it's going to hold together. Jim Spice, you want to say something real quick?
Yeah, Joe Ten's, I also saw the video. His theories were pretty well debunked if you read the comments section. There's also the very real problem of, when you die, don't you lose all your chakra? And he cited the example of Edo Tensei, but there's a contract involved in that, and there's actually a living person using chakra to summon the soul of, the dead person in the afterlife. So there are a lot of take what he said with a grain of salt and don't really base your opinions on that, because it was pretty resoundingly debunked.
Well, this is what I'm doing. I'm being open-minded, and so that this. I'm not saying this is factual, but I'm like this. At least, if Kishimoto would have said it, it could have been sellable. Okay, it's something you could have went, well, okay, because it's very wide open. Like I say, there isn't like with some writers you can go and things are explained. Okay, like this is how it works, why this does this, and here we're just sifting through stuff.
Yeah, we have to figure that out.
So there are believable things that can be put together, like we've done right here, and before we get to the Six and Sage Hokage thing, is there anything you guys want to say before we get to that?
I don't think it's been established that souls can't use chakra. All that's been established is basically that when someone dies, they lose the chakra in their body, and that's only another, benefit or another positive to the theory that the reason why they lose the chakra in their dead body is because their soul, which housed most of the chakra, the important aspect of it, went to the other world, the purgatory world, wherever it is.
Right, but we don't know. I don't want to get bogged down in this, but
Right.
Like I say, it's not complete BS. It's plausible. All right, let's go ahead and push on. Okay, now, whenever Obito started saying that Naruto should be the 7th Hokage and the 6th Hokage needs to be you, Kakashi, I wanted to reach through and wring Obito's neck. Who the F are you to be deciding who is going to be Hokage? So, you know what? I'm Obito. F democracy. Okay, I've dictated it. Here it is. Now I can kind of understand. He's like, well, I'm going to make you, you're going to get such an upgrade here. You're going to get built up so much, a power up, that you're going to be the strongest. But I mean I just flipped out. I couldn't stand that, and I think a lot of other people. What do you think about Obito? Saying you and what is? I do agree though. Kakashi should, and just about anybody should be Hokage instead of Naruto. He's way not mature enough. I think it'd be way worse than Tsunade. Tsunade to me is okay. She doesn't do as much damage as the other. I mean, compared to what the people did before, she starts looking better. But well, anyway, Jim Spice, do you have anything to say about Obito calling the shots here?
No, I mean, I didn't really see it as him calling the shots. I think he was just, passing on his will, like you said.
It's just chatting, huh?
Yeah, but I mean, like you said, I mean, who does he think he is? But, he wasn't really proclaiming that he would be. He was just saying, dude, carry on my will and aim for Hokage, just like I did.
Yeah. Dictatorship, down with democracy. So anyway, we're turning the name Kakashi of the Sharingan. So we're going on. I liked, and a lot of people cheered. Now, I actually really like Black Zetsu as to me, he's just like this awesome evil sidekick. I mean, every evil sidekick should try to find a Black Zetsu.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Dude has got personality, and man, he could talk some serious trash. This guy, he does not hold back. He's awesome, and he did a lot of awesome things. I mean, I know this. I like. You got to have good villains. To me, this guy was just amazing. But a lot of people loved it, and he got chakra-rotted, and he's kind of like, yep, silenced. He's been put in timeout. So.
Yeah, and how about that? The fact that Naruto's throwing Nagato's black rods around.
That's nice. It's nice. I liked it. I liked the parts of Naruto. And now that we get into the action, I love it. This is top notch. This is the action. I just love this. I love seeing Naruto do this. I love seeing Sasuke going on. Once again, wish there was more Kaguya there. And then it got crazy, right? Whenever he summoned the bijous, right?
Yeah.
And the page with all these different kind of Rasungans is just amazing looking, wasn't it?
It looked really good.
It did. Yes. So this was just awesome, you know. And plus it was. I mean, he spent a lot of time with the bijous and their relationship, right? So this to me is where the writer did abundant background for us. So we're not like, well, where does this come from?
Right.
We're like, we know he's befriended them. They trust him. There's a relationship there. He knows the tree names. They gave him some chakra, and this is just it's totally been set up. Okay, beautiful. Moving on.
So
what
do you think Kaguya is using against Sasuke Susanoo on page 8?
That I don't know. Is there something that you? Or wait a minute, are we there yet? Page 10. That I don't know. Is there something you want to add in there? Or I don't know.
Yeah, he can't touch her for some reason.
No, I'm just saying, like, it looks like she's, I don't know, throwing out some kind of, like, white soul. I don't know, they look like soul because I guess with the coloring, but, like, white, some kind of chakra soul things, you know, at Sasuke Susanoo, and I can't tell what they are. I mean, do you think they're possibly, like, the tailed beasts that are inside of her, that maybe that she's using them that way?
It's probably her hair.
Nah, that definitely doesn't look like hair. That looks like.
Does it look like hair?
Well,
I mean, I don't like to say we can go back to it. I don't want to get bogged down if we don't know, because I don't think any of us know, right?
Well, so yeah, and Sasuke cuts off her arm, it looks like, too, which is cool, because Naruto did that as well, so.
Wait, he did?
Well, wait a minute. I'm looking at page 11, and it looks like she's still got an arm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Alright, maybe I'm wrong then.
Okay, so I'm forward on page 11. It looks like she's still got an arm, and
oh yeah, you're right.
And Sakura, and we have a Sakura moment. We have her peak. Nice, Naruto. It's too bad she doesn't have like pom poms and and cheerleading. I mean, this character's been the life's been sucked out of it.
I don't know why. Why does Kishi give himself the extra work of drawing her for no reason? Why doesn't he just focus on the fight and save himself an extra panel?
It hurts her character even more, I think. Unless you got something for her, right? Just leave her be unless you got something pretty cool to do.
Seriously.
Yeah, well, let's make sure that when the fight... Oh, she's got her diamond back, that she's drained the chakra. Yeah, okay. But on page... speaking of what we were talking about before, you can definitely see, after she got hit by Naruto, of course, now she's like changing. Like that one arm that got removed. She's got bijous. You got bijous coming out of you. God, yeah, that's not good. Oh, and then of course Black Zetsu's, no, mother, it cannot be here. And it's like, oh, it's here, all right.
Oh, it can't be not here.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe that was her intention to eventually separate again. Just like, oh, well, that's interesting. I didn't catch that before.
Well, what's interesting though is like it looks like, of course, they already knew that she was going to absorb this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have to hit her. Okay, so are they trying to overload her? I mean, it's part of the strategy where they're going to overload her where she can't control, what's going on here. I don't know. It's kind of, kind of crazy. Or did Naruto just, be Naruto and just go, oh, okay, forgot. Oops, my bad. So we got page 12, and we got this, oh my gosh, fox, raccoon. I mean, we got all kind of crazy looking stuff going on.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, yeah, it looks like the portion of them that are inside of Kaguya, they're like rebelling trying to get out, something to that effect.
It looks like she's being overwhelmed, to say the least, right? I like the action. Like I say, I love this part of this. I think this is awesome. I wish this would have been the whole chapter. It was really good. Okay, and then an explosion, and they start getting attacked, and what is it? We get one of Naruto's clones gets absorbed. I'm kind of flying through this right now.
Yeah, he saves Naruto and Sasuke by pushing them out of the way. He gets absorbed.
They'll swallow you up instantly, Sasuke. And Sasuke's like, I know. Come on, I'm like the first person that knows this here. I mean, come on. So yeah, their relationship. Sasuke, use your eye powers on Sakura, and he's like, oh gosh, I'm already doing it. You know, so he, there he is. And then, yay, Sasuke! And he's like, how can you be behind me, Sasuke? What? And there were people. I saw King of Lightning's live reaction to this.
Yeah.
And he had some issues, and he went here and there. But we're getting to the part where he goes crazy. I think maybe for good reason. So it's like, how can your Susanoo be over there if you're over here? And he's like, how is that possible? Right? And then Black Zetsu, of course, awesome lines. What's going on here? And with the hand right next to his face. Oh my gosh, crazier. Kakashi Sensei! And that's when King of Lightning and a lot of other people have said he's got perfect Susanoo off the bat.
Sasuke is just like everybody's voice. Impossible. That can't be. He shouldn't even have a Sharingan anymore.
He's kind of pissed off.
Yeah.
What?
So many people were saying this is the reason why Sasuke will be evil, because Kakashi getting perfect Susanoo.
Yeah. Kakashi's like, who needs Uchiha anyhow, right? We don't need the Uchiha anymore. To heck with him. And he's like, oh my, yeah. So Sasuke's definitely. So this is where a lot of people said, okay, it's too much. Perfect Susanoo, huh? Just like that. What the heck? So anyway, that's part two.
It looks pretty badass with Kakashi's scar, the Susanoo. See, he's got Kakashi's scar on its eye.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it. It's a great power-up. I'm glad he has it. I don't understand how he can have it, though. How is he there? How is this possible?
Can I just say, am I the only one who, while, I'm looking forward to seeing Kakashi's Susanoo in action, this is indeed epic, but I kind of resent the fact that, he's a genius in his own right, and it's almost as if he's nothing, he's no longer anything without the Uchiha powers.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I kind of wish I wish Kishi took him back I thought he was going to go back to the basics. And what happened with the rules with only, Jutsu can't hurt Kaguya, or was it, no, I think it was only Sage Jutsu. Well, I guess everything they use now is Sage Jutsu, so I guess that's established, right?
Right.
All right, well, yeah, I kind of resent it. I mean, the Susanoo is cool, but, I don't like it. I wish, I want to see some Hatake stuff. I was disappointed.
Yeah, he went into a depression. He was depressed. I mean, right when they needed him, he's like, I can't do anything without my Sharingan. Sorry, I don't have all the leadership skills and all the other things I talked about and everything.
Skills, his experience, none of that. But nope, just giving some Uchiha chakra.
He's supposed to have 1,001 jutsus, Kakashi.
Yeah.
We've barely seen a fraction of what supposedly his copy. Come on, you couldn't have. Even if Kishi would have just made Kakashi be like, Naruto, Sasuke, I have a plan.
Right.
And, while you guys distract her, I'll set up this, seal or something. I don't know, anything that could, remotely stall time or, just have a small purpose that would turn the battle in their favor. Anything like that. That would have been great for Kakashi. But no, Kakashi, the only way he can be useful is if he gets, a cheap power-up that he has nothing to do with.
Exactly.
It's degrading to his character, unfortunately.
It really is, and it's like throughout the whole, series, I feel like this theme has been, only Naruto will ever surpass his predecessors. You can improve yourself, but only so far, because I don't think, any of the hard workers besides Naruto have even surpassed their predecessors. or surpass natural talent without sacrificing their lives like Guy did. And does that even count as surpassing Kakashi if he's gonna die? Like, I don't know. I resent it. I don't like it. Although the Susanoo is cool, but just this theme, and it's just been bothering me for a while.
The awesomeness of Kishimoto is here. Even this chapter to me is a perfect example of the heights of Kishimoto and the pit,
Yeah.
where his writing isn't there. It isn't planned out enough. Like I said, I wish he would have taken a hiatus, planned this out, so that we could have eliminated a lot of the problems we had. And just, I want to say another thing. You guys have been awesome in this, okay? Because this is not an easy chapter to dig into, right? A lot of people had their emotions running away with them and getting upset, right?
Right.
Okay, and we came in here, 3 people came in here, and we've done, I think, an amazing job of just looking at the issues. But also, I think it's easier because we're putting it on the writing. There's no way to get away from the mangaka here. This is his baby, and he's really failed on some levels, right? He's been great, he's been amazing, but he's been really bad too.
Right.
Yeah, and like I said, you guys really hit a lot of good points. And Kakashi, it was hurting me watching him. I'm like, please. I mean, I'm like, okay, now you don't have that chakra drain, right? And you have all these lightning abilities, and you're a copy ninja, and you can do all this stuff, and you're gonna at least try. Like just like you guys say, you're gonna try. You're gonna do something. You're gonna make some contribution, right? And you could get close, and didn't even go through that. It's like, no, I mean, I'm depressed. I have the blues, and to hell with it all.
Yeah, that was just not good writing.
Yeah, not at all. All right, now, is there anything you guys else you want to talk? Like I said, I think we did an awesome job with this chapter, especially with all the conditions around it. Is there anything else in this chapter you guys want to go back on, expand on?
Yeah. So with Kakashi, the fact that it's really cool now. Whether it makes sense or not, it's really cool how he's got these powers now to use and to fight with and whatnot. Like, what do you think as Hokage? Like, you think Kakashi as Hokage will have double Mangekyou Sharingans, will be in full control of his powers, or do you think it's going to be just a temporary thing that's going to end after this fight?
Well, just like you said right there at the end, and before, and like we've talked about, how temporary is temporary, right?
Right.
Until you burn your eyes out, because he was already burned one eye out, right? He already trashed one of Obito's eyes, so now he's got the reincarnated eyes, the regenerated ones, the brand new ones. So I mean, I don't know, or maybe this process, in some way, it's based on his own physiology. I don't know. The full thing, which, like I said, we should have been explained, but we don't know. I mean, it's a good idea. Like I say, I love the power up, but the way of getting there is, right out of an orifice.
Yeah. And you think that Naruto, that he will, how do you think, right now, if Naruto would have become Hokage, you think he couldn't do it because he's too stupid? Is that what you think?
Yes.
Because I don't think
stupid, and let's not forget how immature he is on top of it.
Right, but I don't think that matters because he'd have someone like Shikamaru by his side. And
Shikamaru needs to be Hokage.
But Shikamaru is too weak to be Hokage, and he has no motivation. He has no leadership. Well, that's not true. He has some charismatic leadership skills, but nothing on the level of Naruto. What the Hokage needs, and this is Kakashi kind of fails in this too. What the Hokage needs is they need to be like this figure that people trust, depend on, and just are drawn to. There's a magnetism that just makes people want to follow you. Kakashi has a respect with the other Kages, and they would like him, they would trust him, but he doesn't have where every villager would know his name, or where he'd be like this hero, this recognizable hero, and that's the Hokage needs to be this hero who has the strength to protect the village, which Naruto has in spades. Naruto has the most charismatic personality. Everybody wants to join him. Everybody wants to follow him. and Naruto has the power. The only thing Naruto doesn't have is he might not have the patience. He might, not have the maturity. But like if you put someone like an advisor, Shikamaru, that could help him handle the paperwork and things like that, I think Naruto would be an excellent Hokage.
Well, if the criteria is that they have to be a badass, okay, and they have to be able to fight the other Hokages, then that's one thing. But you're hoping to get. I would be tilting toward the thing with leadership, but remember, it's still a democracy, okay, regardless of whatever. So it's really about who the village, because they all get to vote for them, right? Who the village thinks can take care of the village the most. So, that's that. I don't even know what they're thinking would be. Kakashi probably would make a ton more sense to me across the board. I still have a lot of problems with Naruto, but then again, if he has time, I mean, who knows? In 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, right? Maybe he might grow up, right?
I don't know, maybe 3 years, like when Naruto the Last is out.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know how last that is. Okay, we're right here at the end. Life in the Boot. James, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, we're
If they ever, not vote Naruto as a Hokage though.
Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we kind of covered this. We could go back over it, but we're about to get ready. Jam Spice, is there anything you want to say before we get into the anime?
Yeah, I was gonna say in reference to Naruto being Hokage, I see the Hokage role as more of an administrative role. I think someone like Kakashi and Shikamaru, there's a difference between an astute tactician and politician and the so-called people's hero. And I don't think the Hokage necessarily has to be the people's hero. Naruto can serve that role. The Hokage is the person who, applies the resources that the, village has in the best way. And, after this war, I don't want to see him jump into the Hokage role. He's not ready. I want to see, throughout even the entire series, we've never even seen him in a leadership role. We've seen Shikamaru in a leadership role. We've seen Sasuke in a leadership role, but we haven't seen Naruto in that role. And I think, I want to see him and Sasuke, maybe as a Jonin leader. I want to see them responsible for some little kids' lives. I want to see them, grow a little bit more. I don't think Naruto is ready yet. He annoys the hell out of me sometimes.
And I got news for. I want to make sure everything's clear. If Kakashi has inherited the will of Obito, good luck killing him. Good luck, Naruto, ever getting a chance to be. You may die before Kakashi.
He's gonna keep coming back and coming back.
It's like no, sorry, Naruto, I'm not going yet, buddy. No, I got the will of Obito. Good luck killing him.
Kakashi can use the Kamui dimension, Obito's Kamui dimension, to go read Make Out Paradise. And he's it's like, where's the Hokage? He'll just be chilling out in the dimension.
Exactly. All right, let's go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
But Naruto did have one bit of leadership in the manga, and that was with Konohamaru. He was, Konohamaru's mentor, and not so much as like with a squad or anything like that, but with Konohamaru, and even to an extent Konohamaru's friends, his two teammates. Naruto was like a big brother to them. He was kind of like telling them what to do and how to behave and stuff. So there was a little bit of squad leadership there from Naruto.
Sure. Yeah, he showed him how to look like a hot-looking chick. He showed him how to do the naughty jutsus. Yeah, he did. He did. Real leadership. Yeah.
He beat Kaguya with that, so
It's like they kept telling you not to hang around me. I mean, why would they do that? This is how you look like a hot chick. Here we go. It was transformed.
And he did teach Konohamaru their Sengan, which that was cool.
That was actually awesome.
Yeah, but it's a good start. He's not there yet.
Yeah. So he taught him how he could kill somebody with a Rasengan and high heels. That's basically what he.
Oh, and of course Konohamaru made the Kage Bunshin his jutsu too, so he uses it a lot, like Naruto does.
You're right.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. All right, now let's go ahead and get to the anime. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, and then we'll get to the anime.
Hi, no, I was just gonna say too about the spirit connections in the manga. Just to name a couple off the top of my head. Itachi Susano had spiritual weapons. Um, the Edo Tensei is spiritual. Like you bring the spirits from the afterlife to the living, and then I forget there was one more. Oh, I think like Dan had the ability to like turn his body, his chakra into a soul and
Yeah.
move.
And go kill people. Yeah,
Yes.
see, his ability made perfect sense when he went to, because that was, I think Eric mentioned that before in his comments. He was saying, well, Dan did that. Well, but that was his ability when he was alive.
Right.
He could it made sense, so he could travel around in spirit form. There was
Right.
nothing new to that. We knew
No,
it.
well, what's new to that is that it's connecting chakra to spirit, or at least look at it that way.
Well, now we're regressing because we
Oh.
actually wait a minute. We actually had. Well, you guys missed some of the discussion we had in the front. Now we're regressing because we've already agreed and seen the possibilities of it. So we're not.
I don't
in
mean
conflict.
I don't
We're not
mean
in
to
conflict.
regress.
Right. Okay, anime time. Anime time. Okay, what do you guys think?
Well,
Yeah. It was it was an interesting week. And James and Life Without a Boot. Whenever we get in with the anime, we can go ahead and just talk about anything Naruto wise. We'll go ahead and open that back up. But I don't want to. We covered a lot of ground already. It was actually pretty good. Because it would have been nice. But anyway, the anime. Who wants to open up about that first? It was a lot of action, right? Did you guys see the NW Order? You saw the anime this week?
yes, I did.
Okay, James, did you see it? James? Okay, James Spice?
Yeah, I saw it. It was okay. I expected to see Sasuke and the Hokages join the battlefield. So I guess because my hopes were so high that I was kind of bummed, and I forgot about the whole Rin story thing. I couldn't care less about Rin. I just want to see the Hokages join the battle.
Right. Life in the Boot? You got yourself muted. Did you see the anime this week?
I skipped because I ain't like the art, so my loss.
Not a problem. I think James dropped out. I don't know what happened, but he might drop back in. Hopefully he will. And okay, so all right, and that's it. What else? Okay, let's open this up. James Spice, was there anything else about the anime that you liked or didn't like or?
Well, I mean, I thought the action was pretty good, and while Naruto annoys me,
Yeah.
I also see what's endearing about him, but also what annoys me about him. It's like you can't save everybody, Naruto. Give someone else a chance to do something. But I get it, and I get his character, I get it, but it still annoys me. The filler, there was a lot of filler with the dogs and rescuing Rin and all that. I mean, I didn't feel as though it was anything special.
Well, I want to ask both of you this: Did this week in the manga affect how much you enjoyed the anime this week? Was it spillover because of all the trying to,
I don't believe so. Not for me. Only because I fully expected the Hokage to join the battle, so I went in there with that mind frame of yes, we're gonna see them join the battle. So anything else, if anything else that happened, would have been a disappointment because that's what I was expecting to see. So it's probably not even just it's probably not even the episode's fault. It's just not what I expected.
All right. NW Order. Was there anything else you wanted to welcome back, James? Was NW Order? Was there anything else? And I'll get to you, James, right after here. NW, anything about the anime this week you want
I
to
thought
jump into?
it was really cool how like in the anime you saw the Juby like buff up, basically just his skinny body becoming like all muscular. And, that was really a cool scene because in the manga you didn't get that at all. And then also like there was a filler in the anime, showing Kakashi finding Rin, like with his ninja dogs. I mean, I didn't see that it was worth it. Like they could have just They could have just showed Kakashi, running with Rin like away from the enemy instead of showing the dogs rescue her. But I mean, it was kind of cool seeing the ninja dogs bark and close the cave entrance on the enemy ninja. That was pretty funny. But and then Obito, I'm an Obito fan, so the chapter, it didn't affect how I looked at the episode at all. I mean, to me, it was just more vindication of what I've been saying all along. That the whole thing wasn't about Rin. Obito, said the same thing.
But the problem this week though was not Obito. It was Kishimoto, right? I mean, last week was Obito, but this week in the manga was. But so it didn't. I don't think, like I say, the spillover was a loss in faith of the Nagata, Kishimoto, not the specific character. That's what I'm saying. It's just like because a lot of people are a lot of people, exactly. Right of people are like, I've lost faith in Kishimoto. All right, that's hard. Right, a lot of people have been to this guy for a long time. That's hard. I'm not talking about the people that hate Naruto all the time.
Yeah.
It was a hard week. But I'm sorry, James Spice. What you have to say?
Oh, yeah, I was agreeing with you. One other thing, though, that just came to mind was the alignment between the chapter and the anime, how it seems to have come full circle. In the anime, we see Obito and Kakashi going at each other's throats, and Kakashi, talking about what Obito used to be. And then in the anime, we see, we just see the, I don't know, the contrast between where they are now and where they were then in that episode.
All right, and we're okay. Hey, how you doing, Eric? Well, there was something you brought up that actually we addressed in the video. That right now we're finishing up the anime, and then we're going to open it up and we can cover a couple of things here real quick. I'm definitely not going to. We don't want to go over everything again. Okay, James, did you see the anime this week?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, was there anything you want to talk about or bring up before we go to the general discussion?
The cataclysm move, and the flashback with Rin was disappointing.
Yeah, not a big Rin fan now. Eric, did you watch the anime?
I actually did not.
Okay, a lot of action. It was fun. A lot of action. Okay.
It was the part where Obito puts Kakashi in the Genjutsu and says that he doesn't have a heart, and Kakashi makes the hole in his chest.
Oh,
so it's some good voice acting from Obito. Pretty good job.
Yeah, I actually like that Obito voice acting, and it's pretty good.
All right. Anything about the anime before we just open this up to general discussion and get to a couple of issues before we close out?
I do want to start off a general discussion though, because I want to have a vote, whatever.
Okay. Well, remind me of that when we get done. Okay, so that's it. Okay. Well, last chance to speak up. Anime, we done?
I think we're good.
We're good. We are done. All right, general discussion. Eric, there was something you wanted to bring up?
All right, I have a vote. Who thought that was the worst chapter of all time, of all of Naruto?
Oh, I agree. I agree with you. That destroyed the series for me, to tell you the truth.
The whole series?
If the criteria... Well, see, okay, now, only...
I think the worst chapter of all time...
Wait a minute, hold on a minute. NW Order and Jam Spice, we were here... We I think, did an amazing job this week with the chapter. Because I know we did some research and kind of checked out some of the possibilities, right? So I think if you guys watched the video earlier of us breaking it down, it would actually really be worth your time. Okay.
Okay.
It was good. Yeah, go ahead, line for the booth.
I just want to make one comment about what you just said, and no, that's it. You never convinced me.
It depends on what the criteria is. If I lost confidence in Kishimoto, okay, a lot of confidence in him. Okay, there's a lot of good things he did. This chapter really breaks him down. He did a lot of awesome things in here, but he did a whole lot of other things that he didn't explain. People don't understand, and some of it, he just didn't explain it. It's bad writing.
No, I want to explain.
He ruined Obito's farewell in the last chapter. He ruined Kashi's character, and there are things that he just doesn't explain. So
Yeah.
In those aspects, he's a bad writer, but in other aspects, these things aren't just assholes. Like, there's actual, evidence to formulate your own theories, throughout the manga as to explanations as to, the double Mangekyo Sharingan and all that stuff. So, check out the video and you'll get more info on that.
Right, and everybody put your link in your videos or anything you want in the comment section. Now, Eric, you said in your comment, and I actually brought this up earlier, that it was because if Dan was able to travel in spirit form and give Tsunade chakra, that was a precedent, right?
Can I add one
Eric,
thing to that?
Well, hold on, Eric, you're there, right?
Yeah.
That was you that said that, right?
I don't think I said that.
Oh, that wasn't you? I'm mixing you up with somebody else.
No,
Okay,
but I was actually okay with the Obito ghost, only because the Sage of Six Paths did something like that, and he somehow gave Naruto and Sasuke power. So when Obito did that, like when he was a ghost, I was like, okay, so this is the same deal with the Sage of Six Paths.
Yeah, because he was a Sage of Six Paths himself, he actually passed on the will of Obito to Kakashi. And we actually said that since he wasn't all the way in the dead realm, evidently, but once again, that maybe he could come back and also in the reorder, but you said because his Kamui, that even making it even easier for him to travel around because he wasn't all the way.
So he was Ash.
His spirit...
He was Ash, man.
Hold on. Hagoromo could travel around and give people chakra and eye abilities.
Yes, why can't Obito?
Okay.
I mean,
Obito was also a Sage of Six Paths.
Yep.
He was also a Jinchuriki.
The only thing I did
turned to Ash.
He's also the only one that has combo.
The thing
well, one at a time. Eric, go ahead.
Okay, the things I did not like about this chapter was I hated how Kakashi already mastered Susanoo in about like 10 seconds. Like it took Sasuke. Remember how he was struggling to with Susanoo and stuff?
Yes.
And then Kakashi was just, I have perfect Susanoo all of a sudden. Yeah.
I don't see a suitable explanation for that one either.
Yeah, and I'm just starting to hate Kaguya every week. She's probably one of the worst villains. I wish I had Madara. I don't know. She's doing terrible.
I think Tintin has more personality than Kaguya.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I went there, folks. I went there. Tell me I'm wrong.
You heard it first.
Okay, life in the... It does. You know more about Tintin. She's spoken more. She had more dialogue. Tintin. Yeah. Life in the boot. Go for it, man. What do you got to say?
Give me a few more minutes to get off my negative mode.
Not a problem. James.
I guess okay, chapter 687. I said myself, I felt something for Obito. Like, man, this is a tragic character. I drank the punch. Kishi might as well have been Jim Jones at that point because I was drinking the punch and I was Nikes and all that.
Yeah.
And now next week, get a gumdrop moment. Apparently he's a guy from Hangover 3. All his friends are still kids. And Kakashi has Kakashi has new Sharingan eyes. It's not fair. No surgery, no bandages. His Naruto's eye, his regular eye just became Sharingan.
Hagoromo gave eyes to Sasuke, right? He gave powers to Naruto.
Yeah.
The precedent is there. It wasn't explained by the writer.
Right.
See, that's bad writing. Remember, I want to just real quick. I don't want to spend any more than about 10 or 15 more minutes at the max, but this is what we already covered. Okay. What was explained? Okay, this is good writing. I'll give you an example of that. Remember how much time he spent with Naruto bonding with the Bijus?
Yeah.
Remember that?
15 seconds.
No. Remember way back when he learned their names. They told him about the sages. Remember all that? That's good writing. So whenever we get a page where he can call out, because he knows their true names and they gave him chakra, it's all set up. The writing is beautiful on this. So when he comes out, his clones have these all different Rasengan and all this stuff, the precedent's there because the writing was solid, right?
Yeah.
That happened in this chapter. Great writing in this chapter happened. A lot of awesome things from Kishimoto happened. But then all these other things that he didn't explain. All of a sudden, things start coming out of orifices, and people have perfect Susanus.
Yeah.
Like you say, there's no even me. I can accept certain things because they're precedent, right?
And like, sorry.
No, but go ahead. I mean,
and like all of a sudden, Kaguya's out of chakra. Like, what? I thought she was a goddess.
Right.
Like, Madara's better than her. So why did he get rid of Madara? This is, I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah,
I'm terrified of him bringing back Madara because he's going to ruin him. I want him to just leave Madara wherever he is.
Yeah, legless like the Mormon guy.
You guys remember last chapter that Black Zetsu said she was out of chakra, and then she teleported to everybody, used another massive amount of chakra to get out the gravity world, so he couldn't explain why Kakashi was standing up. I forgave that, but after this, Kakashi shouldn't even have enough chakra to do Susanoo. You know, he should be in some pain right now. It should be unbearable for him right now.
Like I say, guys, I don't think I've said this before. Okay, we've done some great stuff in these Hangouts, but we did an amazing job earlier explaining the possibilities. Okay, we did a really good job. It would behoove you guys actually to check out the chapter thing that we did earlier in the Hangout, because I really don't want to. I really don't want whoever's watching this to have to go over every single part of this. I don't sound like a jerk, but I'm just saying it's actually worth watching. It really is.
I'm gonna go back and watch it, but I gotta say one thing, Rampage.
Yes, sir.
There were 687 chapters before this.
Yes.
Where they could have explained that chakra connected both worlds, and that would allow Uchiha to get someone perfect eyeballs.
Yep.
And
he didn't say it.
Nothing.
Why they bending?
I mean, and it's not like we could. It's not like there's some flashbacks we could have done without that he could have squeezed them in there, right?
Yep.
Maybe some of those random Beto flashbacks. Maybe a few of those panels we could have used, right?
Yes. At some point, some of people who understood the true nature of chakra, they could have came back. Okay, I'm done.
Well, you're right. Everybody will agree with you. It's a good life in the boot.
If Kishi would have just had Obito, you know, when he got hit, just to take out his eyeballs real quick as soon as he did it, I think everybody would be fine right now today. It would have been a perfect chapter for me.
Like Denzo? Like Denzo did?
Yeah.
Chop.
Yeah, you know Obito did it before.
There was precedent, right? There was at least precedent with him. Yeah.
Actually, instead of the take out the eyeballs thing, we could have had exactly what we got this chapter. Instead of Obito coming from back from the dead to do it, before Obito died, he could have used like a sage jutsu, a sage of six paths jutsu, and infused Kakashi with his chakra, thus making Kakashi a natural Uchiha or something to that effect, and having Kakashi awaken his eyes himself.
You said, wait a minute. You just said two important things right there. Last chapter.
Right.
When it was all, this whole thing was put in a beautiful package. It was done. Final. He was ash. It was crumbled into bits, and there was a beautiful bow put on it, and we all knew for a fact that this was it for Obito and Ren, right?
Yeah.
Before it would have fit. He could have done. He could have went here. He could have. I passed on my will. I was a stage of sixth path. Here you are. Here's my gift. Before I go, right? Beautiful.
Right.
I agree. So it's bad writing.
Kishi could have made a compromise and had Obito give Kakashi sage chakra, right? So that he can use his 1001 jutsus and they'll be effective against Kaguya. That way he maintains his identity. He's not all Uchiha power, but he's still got a little power boost.
I think Kakashi still can do those jutsus.
Well, he can probably do 2002 now.
Yeah.
I mean, he got two eyeballs.
All he needed was sage chakra.
And Sasuke is hating, isn't he?
I know, he looked...
Yeah.
He can't have nothing he can't have Naruto by himself. He can't have Perfect Susanoo by himself. Like, man.
I'm sick and tired of people, just passing around the Uchiha powers like it's candy.
Yeah.
Naruto with the eyes. Now, growing up, he had to grow up watching Kakashi, use the eye, and he wasn't a real. And now this. Not even Itachi got a perfect Susanoo.
right? And Kakashi's like, wow, how long did this take you, Sasuke? This is easy. This
Hey,
is easy.
if this leads to Sasuke fighting Kakashi, that would be pretty worth it.
That'd be pretty awesome.
That would be amazing. All right, now
Ain't
let's. Yeah, I'm sorry, James. Go ahead.
I'll say that can't happen. That won't even be a fair fight.
Let's go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and Nebula.
No, so yeah, Kakashi would kick his ass. With Calmly
right,
so broken, it's not even funny.
All right, I want to getting ready to go ahead and close this out. Any predictions? Is there anybody who wants to do like some quick predictions real quick before we go? Anybody want to start off here? Or?
I want to start.
James, go ahead.
My prediction is we're going to see Ren's going to come back and explain everything next chapter.
She won't leave either, huh?
Yeah, no, the death is not her problem either. And Mado's going to come back, but it's going to be his lower half, talking pants.
Okay, let me go next real quick because I already made my prediction here. I already told you there's going to be a third part of Naruto that's going to be called Obito, Spirit Detective. And he's going to work with Ren, and Ren's going to float around on an oar, and he's going to try to hunt down all these pieces that he crumbled down, like a puzzle, to put himself back together while he's helping people. He's a spirit detective. Yu Hakusho, part 2 kind of thing. All right.
I'm surprised if Kishi did it.
James Spices, what are your predictions?
To be honest with you, I don't see the point in making predictions anymore. I don't want to do anything. I've been disappointed and crushed so many times. I guess hopefully he'll finally move on to the Kage so we can see what Hagoromo's plan was. And I don't know, it's kind of looking like Sasuke. I don't know if Sasuke's going to need a power-up. Naruto has the Sage's powers. I think the Sage played favorites again. He has the Sage's powers, and also, Naruto has the Beast. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping that Hamura will make an appearance, and I'm kind of hoping that Sasuke will get some kind of power-up, because even if you notice their appearance, it looks like Naruto has horns. The Sage has horns. Hamura has horns, but Sasuke doesn't have any horns. Does that mean, he's going to get a power-up? I don't know. And I think he's due for an outfit change, so I don't know.
But Sasuke had horns.
Huh?
He had horns.
Sasuke?
Yeah.
When?
Like 400 chapters ago.
Oh, I didn't notice. I'll have to go back.
Some when he was transforming.
The curse seal.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Sure.
All right, Life in the Boot, any predictions?
A pink elephant in Obito. That's what I predict.
Okay, all right. Could happen. You never know with Kishimoto. NW Order?
We'll see some more panels of Obito and Rin talking. Saying, I did it, Rin. I helped Kakashi. Oh, that's great. Let's go to the afterlife now. And then after that, we'll see Kakashi be like, thank you, Obito and Rin. I will carry on your will. And then we'll see Sasuke being like, what the hell? This makes no sense. How do you have Susanoo? And then
Sasuke will be the straight man.
and then Naruto will be like, what do you mean what it doesn't make sense? He's the copy ninja. And then everybody will be like, oh, let's focus on Kaguya right now because she's going nuts. And then Naruto and Sasuke will try to seal Kaguya by touching both sides of her.
Yeah.
Only to realize that she's become this gigantic rabbit monster, and this rabbit monster with all these Biju heads, which is like this monstrosity. And while they're trying to figure out what to do with that, we'll see the Sage of Six Paths giving Hashirama a jutsu, something to help everybody else.
What I hope, before I get to you, Eric, but what I hope happens, I hope every chapter we get Obito and Rin. Obito's going to come back and decide to troll Sasuke because he's like, I got plenty of chakra left. Sakura, how would you like perfect Susanoo? Would you? And just go around and give everybody, watch Sasuke just turn different shades of red. That would be amazing. Okay, Eric.
You're going to have Oprah powers next?
Oh, yeah, dude. It would be amazing. Eric.
One question hasn't been answered. Everyone's forgetting the infinite Tsukiyomi. This is why I think Madara is going to come back to life, and they have to turn him to good, because Kage is not going to reverse this infinite Tsukiyomi. Madara's going to have to do it himself.
Right, or Hashirama might break it.
Kishi's going to ruin him, I know it.
I don't know. That's why I think Madara's coming back.
Yeah, I agree. I said it. I said it many episodes ago that Madara is going to end up getting redeemed. It's just only
Yeah, he's gonna
matter
become.
of
I
time.
think Madara's gonna become good. I mean, he probably is gonna have. He's probably gonna be the one to undo this Tsukiyomi.
Yeah.
Well, you can come back and say, "Oops, my bad, y'all."
No, I think what I want, what I wish would happen would like if Kage would transport Naruto and Sasuke and like all those guys to the real world, and Madara comes back and he just says, "I'm not gonna fight for you guys," and then he fights like in his own party, whatever. So it's kind of like this three-way duel.
Yeah. But the thing is that Madara doesn't think he's evil. Madara, like Obito, was fighting to bring the world to peace. In Madara's mind, bringing the world to peace was, putting everybody in this infinite illusion and, eliminating all conflicts. And it's confirmed when he yells at Naruto. Madara yells at Naruto, out of character. He totally breaks his arrogance streak. And he yells at Naruto, this is peace. Like, why are you trying to break the peace? Or whatever he said. And so what they'll do, what Kishimoto will do to reform Madara, is he'll basically make Madara apologize to Hashirama because he'll say, I was wrong. I thought, that would lead to peace. I didn't know people were going to die. And whatever.
God, no.
But there's some things that wait a minute, Eric. There's maybe a few things we need to throw in here that might make this make more sense. Okay, who threw the Sage's tools out?
Madara.
Okay, and he hit the backs of Guy and Rock Lee. Okay, I mean nailed it. Okay, and then his visor that got broken off ended up getting embedded right in that scroll. Correct. Okay, and he still had his other half of his body there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which Hagurama was able to use. Okay, so I think he knew that it was BS. I think Madara knew that it was what he was doing needed to get done, but that he had it set up so they had Sage tools, they had all this other kind of stuff to save him. When Kage, I think he knew about Kage.
That was
Ooh, maybe.
I'm sorry, James, go ahead.
Her being the root of all evil. He wants to bring her back in order to destroy her. Ooh, that would be nice.
Like he's Goku.
Yes.
But see, the writing is there for it, right? That Madara has done things you can go back and point out to set it for the eventuality that he would get possessed or taken over or whatever, right?
Yeah, well, at the very least, it could be a failsafe, in case something happens to him. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because he's the owner set up fail-safes.
Right. He may know. Unlike Wikipedia, okay, which Black Zetsu went with the stone and went ahead and just made changes. Maybe he knew, he could tell, and that's another reason Hagurama wasn't like he wasn't telling people. It's like, look, if you can tell it's been changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It might have been that he knew that this wasn't correct. But anyway, and those are all possibilities. I'm sorry.
That would be an interesting way to get redeemed, because then it's like, oh, he never actually was evil. He was just being a badass to get Kage to come out so he can finish up for good or something. I don't know. That'd be interesting.
That'd be pretty interesting.
Yes, because it's precedent, right? It goes back to what he told Hashirama, right? Maybe in order to fix things, it needs to be the other way, and he decided to do the other thing, like Itachi or whatever.
And we say the writings on this tablet can be interpreted one or two ways.
Well, many different ways, I would say. But you know that Black Zetsu said that he went and Wikipedia and just changed it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, these are all ideas. But like I say, if Kishimoto, see, this is good writing. If Kishimoto came back, there's precedent. There's writing that he could justify, right? Because he's already laid it out. That, like I say, the ninja tools, the visor on, all, and other things with Madara, him being a genius, he's someone that could just figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He should be able to. It makes sense, then.
Yeah.
Because I guess all the writing wouldn't make it. All the writing, the handwriting wouldn't match.
Still would have sins to atone to for, though, like what he did to Obito, how he killed so many people. Just for his redemption too. He just flat out apologizes for all the evil he had to do for the greater good or something to that effect.
All right, so we worked through an extremely hard chapter this week that a lot of people. Have you guys ever seen a Naruto chapter? I mean, look, there was a lot of disappointment with the Obito Toby thing, right?
Yeah.
But this, like I say, this was different. This wasn't like we don't like the choice you made. This was like we've lost confidence in you, Kishimoto. I've never seen anything like this in Naruto.
Yeah. This was the absolute worst chapter of all time, in my opinion.
Chapter where Obito revived Naruto, pulled out, when he was supposed to be dead, he pulled out chakra from Madara, who he shouldn't have been able to touch, and that really pissed me off. That's when I truly started losing faith in Kishi. And now this, another strike.
All right, well, I'm sitting here thinking of other things, like the whole thing of Madara being able to use,
I think the worst
abilities without eyes, but anyway, go ahead and do your work.
I think the worst chapter ever was the penis arc, they call it, with Sai, when Sai first was introduced. He was just going around and talking about how big his penis was or something. With Naruto and Sakura and everything. That was just the worst chapters ever. At least these chapters, at least this chapter had a lot of action and a lot of suspense. So.
All right. Well, somehow Sai's appendage got thrown into this hangout. I didn't see that coming, but okay. All right. Any last things? I really do want to wrap this up here.
Oh, have you seen the character sketches for the new movie with older Sakura, older Sai, older Shikamaru?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw
Older?
it. Yeah, they look older. Naruto and Sakura look. It looks like a time skip. Like they're in their 20s.
Sakura actually looks pretty. She looks like, finally she's starting to look like a woman. She's got the diamond on her forehead permanently. So, like Tsunade, and I don't know. People were joking.
Looks prettier.
Better than Hinata?
No, Hinata is a natural. Hinata is a natural beauty.
I like how you didn't hesitate there in W Order. There was no hesitation in that note.
No. Hinata is a natural beauty, even though you can't see her eyes. But Sakura, she actually is starting to get a natural prettiness about her, in her older form. So that was good, I thought. Shikamaru looked exactly the same. He didn't look any different at all.
All right, I'm going to do one last quick thing all the way around, and we're going to close it out. James, any final words?
I hope next week's chapter is better.
Amen, brother, on that. Jam Spice.
No, I got nothing.
All right, Life in the Boot.
No, nothing.
NW Order.
I've got final words. Final words. If you're an Obito fan like me, it was disappointing for his death to have been so tarnished in the last chapter. But he trolled everybody from beyond. His Kamui means divine in Japanese. In another language, it means God. And Obito showed he's the god of the Narutoverse. Death means nothing to him. This is why he's my favorite character. He's a badass. His world transcends all. And you guys should have got with the program because you could have been enjoying it like me.
Okay, we could have all drank the Obito Kool-Aid. All right, now Eric, what's your final word?
I'm neutral on Obito right now, but next week's chapter will be better because any chapter could beat this one, the last one. I just hope Naruto and Sasuke fight. That's all I'm saying. That better be the final fight.
All right, we got that. Now, my final thing is I appreciate everyone. Everyone is awesome. And it's like I said, the first part of this we did break it down because I'd seen, and I guess in W Order Jam Spice, I don't know if you've seen. There was other explanations. So we did, even though the writing was horrible in this, the lows were real low, and like I said, the highs were highs. We did a really good job of explaining that. And one thing that Kishimoto was able to do this week, which another thing was amazing, I don't think a lot of people have talked about, with the real problems we had last week with the you like Obito, you hate him, I think there was a real consensus that actually joined the Naruto fans together that the problem is not Obito, it's Kishimoto. Okay? That's the problem. That's the elephant in the room. He's amazing, but man, when he drops a bomb, he really drops a big one. All right, until next time.